Alright. First and foremost, I'm going to say all honor and praises be to Yahweh Shemel Shai. Double honors unto the apostles of GMS and Shalom, to all the sincere Akim out there teaching out there on the highways and byways and truth and sincerity. It's the brother Shakal from the GMS London camp, and what I want to quickly talk on is, the term hate speech, and which is applies to a scripture that is spoken of in the scriptures, because what you have now is these social media companies coming forth to try and take so-called hate speech off of the internet. Now, if you quickly go into the term hate speech itself, it says hate speech is speech which attacks a person or group on the basis of attributes such as race, religion, ethnic or origin, sexual orientation, disability, or gender. Now, straight away, it's like Leviticus 20 and 13 itself can be considered hate speech. The fact Romans 9 and 13 said God hates the children of Esau, being you people who call yourselves white. God hates you according unto the scriptures, because it says that in Romans 9 and 13 that Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. That could be considered as hate speech, man. So what you've got them now is trying to develop a more of a control of the internet. So it says which ultimately they're basically trying to shut down this truth, shut down this word. But the word is already out there, and all of the elect will hear this word. So I'm gonna just read a few points in the article. It says if they were a superhero, actually it says Fantastic Four, Facebook, Microsoft, Twitter, and YouTube form Counterterror Club. It says if they were a superhero, people would call them the Fantastic Four, a group of crime-fighting, social media, internet-savvy superheroes trying to tackle terrorism. Facebook, Microsoft, and Twitter and YouTube have all joined forces to defeat a common enemy. It says all four companies, knowing that their social media license could be revoked if they didn't do something about their respective platforms, which are currently being used to spread hate speech and radicalize online users, encouraging them to commit violent offenses either through posts designed to recruit activists or encrypted messages used to plot atrocities, have joined forces. Now, in truth, see us lot, here, man, at GMS, we don't teach to go out there and commit acts of terrorism and so on and so forth. We don't preach that at all. We preach having faith in the Lord and waiting upon Him, and on top of that, we do prophesy the downfall and destruction of this wicked kingdom, man, which the Lord Himself will bring upon this earth. and that mass death and destruction will also take place in that World War III, man. But what we speak about, we teach against that homosexuality is off according unto the scriptures, and that the judgment of the scriptures is death. Now, we ain't saying you go out there and kill them, because the scripture says, well, whatsoever is lawful is not always expedient. So the Lord himself will put them in the spirit world. But the point is that this article is that there's supposedly created it's kind of a terror group to try and take hate speech, which is a very broad term of the internet. And it says it says the task force will be known as the Global Internet Forum to Counter Terrorism. Its solo efforts have been welcomed by global governments as the Global Internet Forum to Counter Terrorism. It said that teaming up is the way forward to combat extremist acts. It says the spread of terrorism and violent extremism is a pressing global problem and a critical challenge for all of us. And one way it supposedly spreads is through this internet. So even us even teaching this word, we will, according unto Esau, would be considered as extremists. We take these issues very seriously, and each of our companies have developed policies and removal practices that enable us to take a hard line against terrorist or violent extremist content on our hosted consumer services. We believe that by working together, sharing the best technological and operational elements of our individual efforts, we can create a great impact on the threat of terrorist content online. The Global Internet Forum to Counter Terrorism said in an online statement. So really, that's really the point. Move on. I think he has a bit more. This is here. To this point of this article is from a couple weeks ago, but it's at some point. It says after June the 3rd, London Bridge terrorist attacks in which 8 people were killed, UK Prime Minister Theresa May said that something has to be done to combat online extremism. We cannot and must not pretend that things can continue as they are, the PM said, as they need to change in 4 important ways, the UK PM said at the time. Second, we cannot allow this ideology to say space it needs to breed. Yet that is precisely what the internet and the big companies that provide internet-based services provide. We need to work with allied democratic governments to reach international agreements that regulate cyberspace to prevent the spread of extremism and terrorist planning. And again, we already looked up, what hate speech is, and how it's broad. In fact, I'm gonna try and look up extremism. definition UK. Because even here in England, it came out like, was it 2015 that that you have something called as non-violent extremism, which includes hate speech. So, to the point as to why I'm bringing out these points, because it all goes back to the scriptures, which speaks about what? The famine of this word. Now, this word is easily accessible on the internet. So by trying your best to remove the content of this truth from the internet, that is a key way in how the famine of the word will take place. And also because, hey man, during this time period of Jacob's trouble that's about to come upon this earth, man, that's when the prophets of the Lord ain't going to be out there anymore, man. Because by that time, us lot would have been on the cusp or even in World War III, because the scripture speaks about that those who are the elect have to be sealed for this destruction to take place. Well, the reason why things are speeding up so fast, it seems like every day you actually hear of wars and rumors of wars and more death coming upon the earth, is because the elect are almost sealed. You know, but I'm going to read the scripture and close it out. This is Amos 8:11. It says, "Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that I will send a famine in the land, not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel. And one key way of that taking place is how the internet being shut down, man. So with that, I'm gonna say all honor and praise to be to Yahweh Shemel, and double honors to the apostles GMS. Shalom.